Hello everyone and welcome to my new Attila playthrough of the DLC, The Last Roman. So for this we will be playing as the Roman expedition and I intend to do it as a loyalist. So we will be sticking with the Eastern Roman Empire and we will be reconquering the world for them. Let's have a quick look through the faction traits and things. So the faction leader is Belisarius of historical note. Justinian being the emperor, so we're just a general. So the option, well, the bonuses he gets is reclamation. The expedition can reclaim regions for the Roman Empire. Roman will, no movement cost for fortifying and camp stances, which is great. So that should mean that regardless of how far we've moved, we just jump straight into that. And Reformation of the Western Empire, control 40 regions to gain diplomatic option, join empire. Which I guess we won't be doing, but I mean maybe the Eastern Roman Empire does reform the West. I think that was his initial goal. But anyway, let's get on and find out. So I believe this plays very much like as if you were the Huns in the main campaign. You sort of don't settle down, you just roam around as a sort of a horde style faction, but with Roman units. So that should be good. Rather than all those pesky horse archer type things that I'm not a big fan of. We get to do the whole roaming army with units I actually like. Well, hopefully. We'll find out. There's a lot of new units here. We may find I dislike all of them. Let's see if we get a nice little intro cutscene. I'll be very surprised if we don't.
Of a finer man for the task. Retake the former Western Roman Empire from the barbarians. Deliver it to our beloved emperor on a plate. These games should be in your honor. When I heard Justinian had you in mind, I can't say I was surprised. After all, you were his uncle's favorite bodyguard. Not to mention your accomplishments at the Battle of Dara. But the way you suppressed the riots in Nika. You are the last of the great commanders, and your loyalty is clearly above question. However, the ruins of Rome are a wild and unpredictable place. A lot can happen out of reach of these fragrant walls. A man might look about him and think perhaps that it is all rightfully his. Good luck, Belisarius.
The Emperor Justinian has grand plans for the Empire. From his seat at Constantinople, he plans to reclaim those western territories lost to barbarism for the glory of Rome. However, presently it's no more than a vision. What Justinian really needs is a general to command his army. The type of man who hasn't been seen since the time of Caesar and Augustus. In Belisarius, Justinian has found this man. The key to this grand plan is control of the Mediterranean Sea to secure supply and trade routes. which will ensure the army is kept and the dream of a restored united empire maintained. However, the Vandal fleet is too powerful to attack head-on. Control of northern Africa must be decided on the battlefield before any hope of taking Rome can be entertained. Once Africa has been recovered, we must turn our attention to the Ostrogothic usurpers who rule Italy. Great glory awaits he who delivers Rome into Roman hands once again.
Okay then, so that was quite a nice intro actually. Less of the let's have a random huge battle and blood and gore, and actually get some sort of intriguey backstabbing plots going. My favourite. Although in this case we're not actually going to do that part, but never mind. So, through hardship and despair the Empire endures and perseveres. The Emperor sends a man to reclaim that which is lost. To restore glory to his nation. So just to start with, you've got to survive to a date, which is 2 years. Which suggests the initial start is not going to be pleasant, I guess is the word we go with. Right, military standardization, upkeep reduction for all units, or public order. Now, are we going to have public order? Because if we're not owning the towns... military camp, that's for the horde fact thing, which is what we are, grain silo. Okay, what's down this one? Recruiting tents. We'll go for the military one first. Now the two we've got, what's this?
What does Rome require of me?
Nice little spy.
At your command.
Limitinai. Oh wow, names. Blood mediums. Federati, isn't that barbarian tribes that have sort of been seconded into the army and sort of trade for some land they can live on? So overall not an amazing army apart from that unit, which is good. What about these guys?
Hunger for battle.
Similar situation.
Commander.
Okay, well,
At your
a good
command.
start will be John the Armenian. Will be to make sure I have a 20 stacker. So what are we really lacking in there? Give him another spear. Another bow. I'll give him both the spears. And the cavalry?
I would journey to the ends of the world for Rome.
So then this one can encamp, which should get us some stuff, money. So we're minus 186, and if we do that, we get positive. Good. Then we can potentially... wasn't the one I was looking for? Ah, that's the button I'm looking for. We can potentially upgrade this guy and start getting some better buildings going, although not at the moment. We need some more growth out of that. So tax rate goes down, wealth from subsistence goes up, integrity drops. Okay, well we won't worry about that too much for now.
Orders.
Officers' tents. We'll probably have a look at this construction tree. So recruitment, it's just a straight line. What's the officers end up with? Champions, priests. Okay, we definitely want to go down one of those. Workshop. For onagers, yes. Do we have a carpenter's tent? No. Right, whilst I remember, we will chuck a workshop tent in there. Let's have a look at the diplomacy. We are the same people. What? As the Vandals and the Ostrogoths. Rather odd. Right, we'll get that siege engine going, because if we're going to be attacking towns, we're going to need one. Hilderic executed. The Romans have landed in Africa. In response, Gelimer, the Vandal king, has executed the old pro-Roman sovereign. Yep, that happened. Death of this broken old man promises to plunge the conflict into ever greater depths of ferocity. Yeah, okay. So that should upset these guys relative to me, and we will start fighting with them on the next turn. Maybe the one after, because I probably want to recruit that onager. We can gain more armies. John wants to marry somebody. Fine. Right, recruitment should be ready to go. You don't get public order in these things, do you? No, you do. Or is that... No, that's the integrity stat, I think. Right, you... Nope, that's not it. I think you need to come out of that stance, don't you? Right, drop. One of the cavalry across.
Make haste, men.
And then we can't recruit an onager yet. Good job. What did I need? The next one up. Can't build yet. But that was a big waste of time.
How can I serve the people of Rome?
Ready for orders.
Screw it.
Laying
Charge!
siege to the settlement. Besieging settlement.
We'll just auto that. Right, we will reclaim
Is that all?
for Rome.
How can I serve the people of Rome?
Now, let's have a look at Belisarius' traits here. Research rate boost. Integrity. Some nice military boosts over that way. Public order. Corruption. Melee defense for the commanded force. That one's quite nice. And replenishment. Ooh. We'll go down that route to start. Okay, so we don't have to do anything with
At
that.
your service. Treading softly. Can I assist you further?
And we will move around, ready to go
Waiting for more
northwards.
orders. At your command.
Put him in a camp for now.
Commander. We hunger for battle.
Yeah, we need to save the growth for getting that onager. If we hit something big, like Hadrumentum up there, right then. What have we got?
What does Rome require of me? Your orders.
Faction leader is rolling down. We can kill his heir.
Ready for battle.
I'm guessing this doesn't really have any garrison yet. Probably not.
Ready for orders.
Oops, that wasn't really what I wanted to do. Whatever, we'll do it as well. And recruit some more men.
Sign up, lads, for a good and glorious life. Are you ready to serve
Do
Rome?
that. Have a couple of them.
Fight for Rome.
But either side of the archers that can sit in the middle. Now, which of these cavalry Excellent against cavalry.
Soldiering. It's a good life.
We'll do that for the moment. See what the AI gets up to up here. Oh, they're coming for a fight, and that army's come out of nowhere. Oh, crap. Yep. They've got one army. Oh, it's not showing the reinforcing portraits for some reason. Don't really understand why. Okay, we will retreat from that.
Gathering supplies.
I'm not gonna... We'll auto that. So the Eastern Roman Empire is not off to a great start. We're not doing quite so badly because we managed to preserve our men, but, you know. And the AI's done the usual trick of not capturing back its town. Onto a winner there, boys. That's how you keep an empire. I don't get why they do that at all. And what?
At your command.
Where's my army gone? I'm confused. Did they somehow get dragged into that fight? What? Army withdraws. War declared. I don't understand what just happened.
Ready for orders.
War! We will make your homes a wasteland, despoil your women.
They died. Interesting. They must have retreated away but not far enough and somehow got dragged into that fight, and because the portrait didn't pop up I didn't even notice. Well, this is off to a great start.
How can I serve the people of Rome?
Yes. How can you serve the people of Rome?
What does Rome require
Yeah, we've
of
got
me?
sword spears. We should be able to take them.
How can I serve the people of Rome? For God himself!
So this is off to a bad start. Let's see if we can pull this back. Quite how you would retreat away past the town, then somehow get dragged back into the battle is an interesting quandary.
Sons of the Empire!
Right, swordsman. We'll have the spears on the flanks. What have we got? Testudo formation? Yep.
Yours to command!
Same for them. They do have javelins, which is good. The spears do not. Is worth remembering. And we will have cavalry on the flanks. Let's get to the top of this dune at least. How are we looking? Not overly Roman-esque. Very little armour on there. But then probably suitable for the desert.
The enemy approaches.
So my 5 swords should be able to take out the centre. It's being able to run down the horses with my spearmen. That'll be the true test. I think I will deploy in a much shallower, or not so wide formation. Make sure I can get all of my swordsmen in on the action quickly. Put them on flaming for the moment. Deeper formation should help with the weight for a charge as well. Move to there, which is just inside their archer's range. Actually, we will just pull that out a tiny little bit.
It's a loose formation. Now, double time.
160 Germanic bows versus 160 Sagittari. I think that's how it's pronounced.
For the glory of God! Scout equities! At your service!
Alright, let's have them go forwards and engage.
Advance at speed.
That's prompted a reaction.
Orders understood.
Fire! The fire! Oh,
Yours to command! Ready! Stand ready! Defensive
Testudo! We'll have a nice little archer war for a minute. I appear to be winning just. Maybe not quite so much now. We don't seem to be hitting them at the moment. There we go. Alright, we'll accelerate this a little bit. Let them have their back and forth. One, is that they're winning. Okay, if they're winning, we can't afford to just sit here and do nothing. Time to put some pressure on them and move forwards. Yeah, so that'll prompt them to run away. Pull the cav back out again. Helps if I take the spears out of Testudo so they actually move. Alright, so run these guys. They'll be in javelin range. Or is it peelers for the Romans? Except the Moorish levy keep retreating backwards. Oh, here we go. Block up. Bounce. Rear charge! Okay, you two, unblock. Get in there. Push past. We'll go round them. The general smashed. What's that? General of mine, get up here. Bit of javelin throwing from my men.
The enemy general is fallen.
Oh, cheeky bugger. Let's get my general up there. I need to counter charge that set of horses with these spears. We are breaking them nicely though. Get in the back of those axemen. They running? Yep, that's them running.
Our men have regrouped.
Stop throwing things into the back of your friends. Alright, have the scout equites will run them down.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Just try and kill off as much as possible before it can escape.
Cowards! Victory! This is your day!
Go scouts, get them. You're faster than they are. Nom 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 nom. The joys of light cav. I think they're light, they might be medium. Nope, they're light. Good at catching things. Can we get them before the map edge? Probably not. Yes, we can. It's a bad day to be you guys. Especially that one poor bloke at the end. His generals there. Well, what's left of his generals escaped off that way. Right. We will replenish the troops with that.
Is that all? Beginning my journey for Rome.
Now we could level him up.
At your
Well, not level him up, we could finish him off. Right, I'm going to do that.
for orders.
Slash!
You have further orders?
And then I'm going to leg it back here somewhere.
Advance. Is that all?
Get my nice little upgrade. What we got? Integrity. Ammo and replenishment. You. All about you. Right. So we will definitely stick you in encampment stance. probably upgrade the recruiting tents just to give me access to the better troop types. Not enough surplus population. Need 4 for an army, and we've got 1 and a bit. Is that because we just upgraded that building? Yeah, if we left it another turn, we'd have enough to reinstate Belisarius with a new army.
What does Rome require of me?
It's likely the better option.
It is a great and glorious thing to die
Get some
for
better
Rome.
cavalry in. Seems to be a good choice.
Rome needs good fighters.
And that there is where I will bring this episode to an end. So we've lost Belisarius' army in... I don't know what happened. I'm guessing he was still within assist range of this thing and got killed, but who knows? A minor setback, hopefully. We might be able to recover from it. It depends what these guys get up to when they come stomping down this way and when they do that maneuver. But we'll find out in the next episode. So, hopefully you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.